I'm flying out to Sydney today and I'm pretty excited because this is the first time I've traveled overseas since the world ended. But I'm also kind of nervous since it's been a while, but I think this is just going to be really exciting and I can't wait. So I guess I'll just see you guys at the airport. I thought that it would be smooth sailing, but turns out our visas were kind of a mess. Eventually we got that settled and made our way to the departure hall. There I bought some donuts and coffee for my sister and I.
Is this for your YouTube channel?
Yeah. And I also stole some of my mom's ramen because holy crap, it tasted heavenly. We still had 2 hours before our flight, so we went to the butterfly garden and I also did a little bit of work before heading onto the plane. During the flight, I had some chicken noodles which tasted really good as you would expect from Singapore Airlines. The ice cream was also a little bit too melted, but it still tasted glorious. On the plane, I also watched The Suicide Squad as well as season 8 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine since I haven't had the chance to watch it yet.
Alright, I'm gonna go cry.
I know I should sleep, but there was a baby that just kept on crying. And this is why I just don't want kids. But after the 7-hour flight, we finally made it to Sydney International Airport, where we took the 2-hour train ride to our first destination, which is Katoomba, a small town located in the Blue Mountains of Australia. I honestly really liked this place. It was really quaint and just gave off Hawkins from Stranger Things vibes. The people were also really nice. For breakfast, we headed over to the Pomegranate Cafe. I really loved it. The service was good, the atmosphere was great. I had the bacon and eggs, which was really amazing too. It was a little expensive in my opinion, but the large portion size did make up for it. We then had a little walk around the town and passed by the shop, which was having a big sale, so I bought myself a new coat. I love it so much. It reminds me of your Forger's coat in Spy X Family. Look at me just trying to manifest a Lloyd Forger in my life. And thankfully I did buy that coat because
It is so gosh damn cold. Oh my goodness.
no, really, it was 4 or 3 degrees Celsius. My Southeast Asian ass was freezing. Also in Australia, it's optional now to not wear a mask, but I still did it because I feel like I'll look like an idiot without it. My family being my family, we went trekking around the area and headed towards Echo Point, where we were able to get a bird's eye view of the entire Blue Mountains. From here, you can see why the Blue Mountains get its name. The wind was also ridiculously strong, as you can see, but we managed. We then trekked a little more to Katoomba Falls, which is this little waterfall that looked really cute, and we just basked ourselves in the nature. We also passed by a group of ducks along the way.
可以烤鸭咯。
Afterwards, we headed to the train station to take a train to the opposite town called Leura. Our purpose of coming here is for dinner at a tea house called Bygone Beauties. It was around 3 p.m. at the time we went and there wasn't a lot of people around, but don't let that fool you because the food was really good. We ordered their apple pie, which came out fresh out of the oven, and their chicken and asparagus melt. It was truly bussin'. We also ordered some scones to accompany the tea and ate it with their strawberry jam and whipped cream. In terms of the tea, I'm not really sure what it was called, but in Singapore, we would call this teo kosong. As you would notice from the name, the place is also a museum, and it had a lot of really interesting teapots. My favorite pot would be their Mrs. Potts, obviously. We then made our way back to Katoomba, and by then it was way colder than it already was. Like when we got back, I had to sit next to the heater in my jacket, but luckily my dad bought some fish and chips to keep us warm. I think my sister is watching MasterChef Australia. That's one of the things that she's most excited for about coming to Australia. But anyways, tomorrow won't be such a hard day, but you know what, my family's crazy sometimes, so yeah. Good night. For day 2, we headed to the Pomegranate Cafe for breakfast. This time, I had a dish called the Magic Mushroom because I was missing my man Dazai. As you can tell from the portion, it was really big, but that was necessary because we were going trekking again along the route that we did not take the previous day, which was around 1.5 hours long. I love my family. The purpose was to see another waterfall called Leura Cascades. You would think from the name it was really majestic and beautiful, but I felt it was kind of meh. Like, this is the falls. That's it. It's still beautiful in its own right, of course. After all, it's Mother Nature, but considering we walked around like 2 hours just to see it, I was expecting a little bit more. Also, there was like construction going on over the pathway, hence we weren't able to get like a front view, so we were only able to get a side view, and I guess that's why I just didn't find it was really amazing. But even though that whole journey was pretty taxing, I actually thought it was really fun. Now I know. We were also able to see some really cute birds in their natural habitat. We then took the train back to Katoomba for lunch at the Yellow Deli. It was pretty cramped, but I really liked the atmosphere and the interior. We ordered their assortment of sandwiches, which came with chips, each costing around $13.50. We also ordered their soup of the day. I can't really remember what the soup was called, but it was really homey and comforting, especially in the cold weather. When we got out, we were greeted with this huge-ass cockatoo, and this is why I love Australia. It was our last day here, so we decided to just walk around the town. Some stops included the Todarellos Katoomba Village Fruit Market, which was filled with a large range of fresh fruits and vegetables. I also saw like the nastiest orange I've ever seen, which is apparently called the navel orange. Like, no orange should be allowed to look like a Demogorgon. When we got back, I decided to do a little bit of work so that I won't panic last minute when I get back. But then I didn't sleep too late because we had to wake up at 4 AM the next day to catch a train to Sydney. For breakfast, we heated up pies, which was bought at this bakery the previous day, which funnily also had a book exchange corner where my sister and I saw this book for free. I don't know, I just found it really funny. I'm a child! But before long, we had to drag our sleep-deprived asses to Sydney, and I'll see y'all there.
You and I best, no one is yet to come.